Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. Welcome back to the channel. So guys, today I want to talk to you guys about the faucet versus the garden because I have been getting some DMs from you guys asking me whether it's the right time to invest in a new drip faucet or is it the right time to start yourself a brand new garden. So guys, I have my opinion on that and I want to share that with you. So it stems back to when I first started my journey in this DeFi drip ecosystem. So, guys, let me just share some of the insight that I have, and we'll talk about that in the comment if you guys have any questions. So, let's get started. All right. So, as you guys can see over here, my faucet has roughly 8,200 drip sitting in there, generating me 1% per day. So, the concept of the faucet is not too difficult, especially for new investors that want to jump in. All that happens really is you lock your funds in there, you never see it again, but you do end up getting 1% returns per day for the life of the wallet. So let's say right now my max payout is 30,000 drip tokens. So let's say I don't hydrate anymore as of today, I would be able to claim all the way up to 30,000 drip tokens, and that's the end of this wallet. I would have to create a brand new wallet. Now, in the garden, it's a little bit different. The garden works more as an LP. So the LP makes it so that it's slower going to the upside, but also slower going to the downside, right? So if we look at the faucet, for example, if drip goes from, okay, what is it right now? If drip goes from 34 cents to $1, then the amount sitting over here is going to like triple, right? It's going to go from 2,800 to maybe like $6,000, right? Something like that, roughly. Whereas in the garden, it's a little bit different because the BUSD is pegged to the dollar. It's going to weigh it down. Now, why would somebody invest more so in the garden than the faucet? And that's really because the garden offers you 3% returns per day versus the faucet, which offers you 1% per day. Now, right now, you guys know I started a brand new faucet. So this is my first faucet and I have this is my second faucet. So I roughly have 1 billion plants in total. The reason why I started my second sorry, this is my garden. This is my second garden, not faucet. I think I've been saying faucet, but this is my second garden. So the reason why I started my second garden is because I want to do it under the initiative of the Drip Marketing DAO, so that we can help in funding that wallet, that garden, so that we can do more marketing. And that's really one of the main things that I love about the garden. Not that it generates you 3% per day, because ultimately, right now, I'm at a loss in the garden from when I first invested. I initially put in, I think, 500 BUSD. I think I put in 500 BUSD, or it was like 500 Canadian. I don't remember, and that started my garden with 128 plants. But I'm still at a loss right now because this is a value of around 100 per garden, and that's roughly like maybe 200 for both gardens for a billion plants. So the reason why I love the garden really is because every time you want to claim, you have the option to break your LP or you can stake your LP, right? So you can go ahead to the farm and go to the drip BUSD LP. Your APR is 21%, but you can put your drip BUSD LPs in here and it's going to earn you some dogs. So that's one of the way you could look at it. Right now in one of my wallets, I have that, I think. If you look over here, yeah, I have 102 drip BUSD LPs. It generates you some dogs, and you could stake your dogs, or you could buy, um, or you could stake your dogs in the BNB, sorry, in the dog pound linear pool, or you can stake your dogs in the dog pound auto compounding pool, right? So, and that's a discussion for another video if you guys want more information on that. But if you decide to break your LP, what are you going to do? When you break your LP, then you get to take your drip and then you could start yourself a faucet. And that's another thing that you could do, another strategy. Those that want to start with the garden can just break that LP, take the drip, deposit in a brand new faucet, or you could, and also in addition to that, you could take the BUSD, buy more drip, right? So you could take the BSD, swap it for BNB, buy more drip, and then you can add to that position in the faucet, and then you can hyper compound your position in the faucet so that you can grow your faucet much bigger in the long run, right? Now, the garden has multiple strategies. Some people compound multiple times a day. Some people compound one time a day. I compound most of the time. I do it once a day. I find that the best strategy is to dollar cost average your position weekly, in addition to compounding 3 times a day. That would uh, that would exponentially grow your position in the garden. So yeah, so the primary reason why I started the garden, not only because you can unpair your LP and then use it in multiple different areas in the animal farm and the drip ecosystem, but also because of the drip marketing DAO. And what I love about the drip marketing DAO is that they're marketing more so drip than the animal farm, and it's something that we're missing in the whole ecosystem, and it's being generated and it's being promoted by the community. You know what I mean? So like if Forex told us, he said, if you guys want to help your ecosystem, then you should go out there and put in your brick and promote drip to other team members and whatever. But what the drip marketing DAO wanted to do is to promote drip using ads, which are potentially going to get more eyes into the ecosystem, and it has been working thus far, right? So we went from the total value locked of 220,000 or 225,000 all the way to 250,000, and it's being stable around that area, right? It's not going down in value like drastically like a lot of people would have expected. So that's pretty cool. Now, another reason you would be investing in the faucet right now is because of Triple D. As we discussed in yesterday's video, the new UI was showcased to us by Forex on the weekend, and he said that the Triple D new UI bridge, potentially the on ramp, but it's not 100% sure, should be out within 4 to 5 weeks, right? So a lot of people, what they could be doing right now is they could be buying some drip at cheap prices of 30 cents, I think, or 34 cents. They could be buying some drip, holding it in their wallets and waiting for that pump and then sell at that point. Or a lot of the people that have drip in their wallets, roughly 4 million tokens, they could just sell that as soon as drip goes back up in value once the UI launches. So as an investor, you have two options. You can either purchase and start accumulating some drip in your faucet, or try to max out as soon as possible, because at that point you'll be able to claim drip at a higher price. Or you can invest in the garden, help market the ecosystem, get roughly 3% per day, not including the decay of the plants. And the plants go down in value the whole time. um, like the contract is built in a way where the value of the plant is always going to go down. But if you hyper compound, add to your position, you are able to beat that decay and hopefully go up in value. Now, because of the big efforts by the drip marketing DAO, there is potential that the 250,000 TVL goes to 300,000, 350, 400, 450. If we see a million TVL like before, then you it's not 100% related to the price of drip, and drip is not 100% related to the LP price here, but it has some impact. And the more drip in here, the earlier you start in compounding your position in here, then the better outcome you have in generating more LP tokens on a daily basis, which would generate you more funds essentially. And you can break it and then add a bigger chunk in the drip faucet and hopefully bring your build up your position that way. All right, guys. So I hope I was able to make you guys understand my stance on that. Like right now, if I could, we always say, like, none of this is financial advice, by the way. This is just my take on it. And this is what I would do if I was in that position. We always say that the faucet is always number one. But right now, we're in a position where your investment in the garden could be beneficial, because if the drip marketing DAO works properly, then a lot more eyes are going to come on the garden, which makes the compounding much more beneficial and the DCA much more lucrative in the long run. Whereas the faucet could also be a potential good play because Triple D's coming out, the UI is coming out, the on ramp is probably coming soon. So there's positives in every single part of the strategy, and it really depends on you as an investor. What is the right thing that you want to do and how you want to spend your money. None of this financial advice, as I said before, but this is just my take on it. I hope you guys learned something from this. It's really important that I emphasize that there's multiple strategies and you could be looking at it from multiple different angles. If you guys have any questions on any of that, you can DM me on Twitter. We can chat on Telegram. We can do our one-on-one voice call. It'd be my pleasure to help you, navigate this ecosystem. Just like it was difficult for me in the beginning, I like to educate people so it's easier for them once they get started. So, anyways, guys, have yourself a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.